Good day. Today's session, it will be an introductory session on process management, the management systems, and the management standards. It will be the series 200. We will have shortly the session 201, 202, 203. And today I'm going to make the presentation of all the idea turning around process management. What is process management? Process management is, first of all, a working methodology, how to make things happen. It's also an organizational tool, how to organize any organization, either it's a company or public organization. And also, process management, it's a strategy formulation tool, such as the Kaizen used by Japanese corporations. In today's session, the online awareness sessions that we are presenting, let me share with you that, first of all, in the introductory remarks, editing the processes is a mandatory methodology for implementing management systems and standards. We have to define all the process in an organization. And I'm going to give you shortly an example of a process and the idea of and the methodology of process mapping. For having a management system, it's mandatory that we have all the processes identified in the organization for assuring the continuity of and the sustainability of organizations. Management standards appeared during the 20th century are usually references and guidelines developed by either international organizations such as ISO, IEC, IATA, IAEA, the Atomic Agency, the IFC of the World Bank, the EBRD, the European norms, and other international organizations, but also national standards institutes such as the ANSI, the BSI, the DIN, the Normes Françaises, etc., etc. Now let us see together what is a process. Let us take a practical example of a check-in in a hotel, or it can be in an airline for a flight. We have the activity, it's the check-in, and there should be inputs for considering a process. In this case, it can be the passport, the ID, but also a credit card or the registration number. The output will be, in the case of the hotel, the key itself. And for having and controlling and managing well the processes, we still need two elements. One of them are the risks identified. So in every process, we have to identify all the risks, and also for measuring the efficiency of every process, we have to have not only quantitative processes, but also qualitative processes. How to measure the efficiency of a check-in process in an hotel, for example. It can be by the time, but also by the number of wrongdoings. Those can be processes that should be identified. So this is one process, the example of one process. I will show you also a process map. So we have to identify all the processes of an organization. This is the case of an industrial company, for example, where we have three kinds of processes. On the top, you will see managerial processes. In the middle, you will see operational processes that add value to the customers, the buyers, and at the down you will see the support processes such as the IT, the marketing, etc., etc. And at the end of this presentation, let me share with you that usually we have generic standards, but also industry sector specific standards. Let me mention a couple of the generic management standards. For example, we have all the ISO standards. Those are generic, such as the quality management system, ISO 9001, the 14001, it's an environmental management system, the ISO 45001, it's an occupational health and safety management system, the ISO IEC 27001, it's an information security management system, the ISO 22301, it's a business continuity management system. How much it's important, this standard, in today's crisis situations. The ISO 50001, it's an energy efficiency management system. The ISO 21001, it's a management system for educational organizations such as schools and universities. And also, for example, we have the ISO 56002, it's an innovation management system. For the industry and sector specific standards, I can mention also few. One of them is the ISO 22000, the famous, the food safety management system. We have also the ISO 13485, the medical devices. We have the ISO 17025 for med labs. We have also standards such as the SEDEX, the SMETA, for ethical standards. We have the JCI or the EN 15224. It's in the healthcare, for the healthcare organizations and for hospitals. We have the ISO 22716, good manufacturing standard for cosmetic producers. We have the ISO TS 29001 for petroleum and natural gas organizations. We have the ISO/IEC 25010 as systems and software certification. And another example will be the ISO 21401. In the tourism industry it is used. There are a lot of standards. There are standards in other, such as in the betting industry, the softwares, etc. we have. So what we have seen today is that process management is a modern management organizational tool and methodology. The processes are important for creating a management system and for assuring the sustainability of the organization. We saw the details of a process, any activity, input, output, risks, KPIs, and also we saw an example of a process map, and we saw that there are international and national management standards, such as generic management standards or industry-specific management standards. Thank you, and see you soon with all those standards with my colleagues and myself.